Good morning, students. In our today's class, we will start a new lesson in civics, lesson number 4, Urban Local Government Bodies. In the previous chapter, we have studied the nature of the local government bodies in rural areas. Now, what does rural mean? Rural means village. And what does urban mean? Urban means cities. Previously, in the last chapter in civics, we have learnt about the Gram Panchayat, the Panchayat Samiti and the Zilla Parishad. These are the government bodies that looks after the administration in rural areas. In our today's chapter, that is urban local government bodies, we will learn about the local government institutions in the urban areas. The local government bodies in urban areas include the Nagar Panchayat, the Municipal Council and the Municipal Corporation. We shall learn about them in detail in this chapter. We all know our country India is a developing nation. It is not a well-developed country. It is still in the process of developing. We are in the process of development. So as our country progresses, there is change in settlement. Villages develop into town grows into cities, and cities into metropolises. And a large number of towns and cities are growing rapidly with new technologies, better advancement, new innovations, etc. Because of all these technologies, innovations and advancement, many towns and small towns and villages are also developing and growing. So the rural areas that are neighboring the cities are also getting transformed into cities. Also, many a times people from rural areas migrate to urban areas. Why do people from rural area come to urban area? They migrate to urban areas mostly for better job opportunities, better lifestyle, better good jobs, etc. for education purpose, etc. So before we begin with the urban local government bodies that administers these towns and cities, let us first discuss the facilities we get in cities and also the problem faced by people living in cities. What facilities do we get in cities? The very first one is opportunities for industry and business. Business and industry grow and expand mostly in urban areas. Because in cities, that is in urban areas, we get more people to work, more manpower. Also, there is better transport system like trains, bus, etc. that makes it easier for the people to reach their workplace on time. People also tend to invest money only in those businesses where there is a scope for expansion. Urban areas make it easier for industries to attract investors. Also, in urban areas, we may find both small and large scale industry. Another facility that we get in city is expanding service sector, which means more job opportunities. Service sector means that services that are provided by industries such as maintenance and repair, training to employees, housekeeping, tourism, etc. All these needs are increasing because of changing lifestyle of people in cities, thus providing more job opportunities. Third is large scale opportunities for jobs. Because of expanding service sector and growth of industries and business, people migrate to urban areas for better job opportunities. And fourth one is availability of facilities for entertainment, art and culture. In cities, we have better facilities in terms of entertainment. We have theaters, malls, parks. We also have zoos and museums, art gallery, etc., where we can explore and spend our time leisurely. So these were few facilities which attract people living in villages to migrate to urban areas. Now let us see what are the major problems faced by people living in cities. We all live in towns and cities, right? So we are all very well aware of the problem we face in our day-to-day life, be it on roads or at home. So some of the major problems that we face in cities are shortage of housing and insufficient space. Because of growing population or because of large number of people living together in one house, it becomes difficult to live all together comfortably. So what is the solution? People keep on constructing small rooms and houses beside each other, which leads to insufficient space both on roads and housing areas. Shortage of housing also leads to growth of slums. We all have noticed whenever we visit a market area, we see there is no place to walk. What is the reason? Because it is because of insufficient space. Everywhere there is people or vehicles. More number of vehicles also leads to traffic congestion, or in other words, as we say, traffic jam. Traffic congestion is a major problem which leads to wastage of fuel and time. It also leads to accident, and people often fight with each other because of traffic. People come out with their private vehicles also leads to, when people use their own private vehicles instead of public transport, it also leads to more traffic problems and traffic congestion. And another major problem is problem of disposal of waste. There is no open grounds to dump waste, which leads to accumulation of more waste and spread of diseases. Increase in crime rates is also a major problem that we face in cities. Many a times, because of growth in population, people do not find jobs, so they get into wrong means for earning their daily bread, which leads to an increase in crime rate. People get into theft, robbery, murder, chain snatching, etc. These are some of the most common crimes that we get to hear every other day in cities. And a major problem in cities is a large proportion of population which are living in slums. What does slums mean? Slum in Hindi means jhopatpatti area. So the standard of living is relatively low. Because of growing population, the number of slum areas is also increasing. So till now we have seen that what facilities do we get in cities and what are some of the major problems faced by people living in cities. Now let us discuss and learn the meaning, functions and role of the urban local government bodies in the development of cities through this chapter. Let us begin with Nagar Panchayat. Nagar Panchayat is a local government body formed in those areas which are neither fully rural nor fully urban. The villages that are in the process of becoming towns have a Nagar Panchayat. The local government body in such an area is the Nagar Panchayat. The number of people living in a Nagar Panchayat should be more than 11,000 and less than 25,000. The elections to a Nagar Panchayat are held every 5 years. The elected members elect a president and a vice president from among themselves. The office bearers have to carry out all the administrative work and look after the development of their town. Some of the essential or important functions of a Nagar Panchayat are lighting of the streets, maintaining roads and towns, water supply, providing safe and clean and pure drinking water, proper drainage and sewage system, maintaining records of birth, death, etc. Now let us see what a municipal council is. A municipal council is a form of local government body for small cities. Municipal council are formed in towns having a population between 25,000 and 1 lakh. So an area where the population of people is more than 25,000 and less than 1 lakh, such areas have a government body that is known as a municipal council. Representatives of a municipal council are selected through the process of elections which are held every 5 years. The people who are elected, they function as corporators. They are called as corporators. They choose a president from among themselves. The corporators have to look after the administration of the cities. They have to carry out various important functions. The president of the municipal council is a chairman to all its meetings. Okay, the president of a municipal council is the chairman. He or she controls the entire working of the council and keep a watch on the financial administration. That is, all money related matters comes under the control of the president of municipal council. In the absence of president, when the president is not there, then the vice president looks after the work of the council. Functions of the municipal council. There are some functions that are binding on the council. It is essential and compulsory for the council to carry out and maintain these functions. They are also known as obligatory functions. For example, lighting of public street. Every street, road, path should have proper light. It is the duty of municipal council to look after it. Providing drinking water. Every area of the city should be provided with proper pipeline and time to time supply of water. Maintaining public hygiene. The roads, public toilets, public water tanks should be kept clean. The municipal council should keep a check on the problems related to people spitting and urinating on the roadside, etc. Sewage disposal. What does sewage disposal means? It means disposing of wastewater that comes out of factories, household and industries. So it is the responsibility of municipal council to make provision for time to time cleaning of gutters and sewage manholes, etc. Municipal council should also look after providing free clinics and dispensaries, that is government hospitals for people, maintaining records of birth and death, and also providing firefighting services in times of help and disaster. These are some of the obligatory functions that a municipal council have to carry out for the betterment and development of their city. Apart from obligatory functions, the municipal council tries to provide additional facilities to the people, and these functions are known as discretionary functions. The discretionary functions are planning new public roads and acquiring necessary land, improving the condition of slums, creating public gardens and parks, providing secure shelter for cattle. These are some of the discretionary functions of the municipal council. The sources of revenue of the municipal council. Now, what does revenue mean? Revenue means income. Okay, in order to carry out various functions or activities, we need some money, right? So where does this money come from? For example, if we have to run our house, what do? We go out for a job and earn some money, and with the help of that money we run our household. So in the same way, in order to take care of the entire functioning of a city, it is very important for the municipal council to have some money with them. So this money is generated with the tax that has been collected through various sources. For example, tax on property, tax on education, water tax, tax on weekly market, then grants from state government. Grants means help or aid in the form of money that is provided by the state government. So these are the various sources with the help of which income is generated to carry out various functions of a municipal council. The municipal corporation. The local body that provides different services to the people in big cities is called the municipal corporation. The first municipal corporation was established at Mumbai. Municipal corporations. Municipal corporations are set up in big cities. The total number of members in a municipal corporation is determined to be in proportion to the population of the city. More number of people in the city, more number of members in municipal corporation. The elections to the corporation are held every 5 years. The elected members are known as corporators. They elect a mayor and a deputy mayor from among themselves. The mayor is considered to be the first citizen of the city. He presides over all the meetings of the corporation. The general body meeting of the corporation is the place where the important issues relating the problems of the city are discussed. The decision regarding the development of the city are taken in the general body meeting. For a smooth functioning of a corporation, work is divided and different committees are formed. The municipal corporation carries out its work through different committees. Some of the important committees are Education Committee, Health Committee, Transport Committee, Women and Child Welfare Committee, Finance Committee, etc. The proportion of women in total population is nearly half. Still, very few women are seen to take part in the working of the government. We hardly get to see women as corporators or ministers. But we all know women handle issues like food, energy, water every day as a part of their daily routine. But they have no say in the decisions regarding these issues. A woman takes care of water in the house, but she does not participate in dealing with the water issues. However, now, with the 50% reservation for women in local bodies, they have got an opportunity to help in finding solution to important questions. Reservation of seats allow women to take part in the working of village and cities and to participate in the decision-making process. The municipal corporation has to carry out various functions. The functions of a municipal corporation are as follows. They are required to provide facilities for public hygiene. The authorities are responsible for providing hospitals, healthcare centers, dispensaries and other medical facilities for the general public. Educational facilities such as school and training centers must be made available for general public so that everyone gets an opportunity to learn and work. Municipal corporation also have to maintain records of death and birth in their towns and cities. They also have to look after building and maintenance of roads and bridges. Municipal corporation also have to provide public transportation facilities at cheap rates for general public. The sources of revenue of the municipal corporation are house tax, property tax, water tax, profession tax, entertainment tax, then raising loans and grants from state government. Now let us do a quick revision of the local government bodies in urban areas. The local government bodies in urban areas comprises of Nagar Panchayat, Municipal Council and Municipal Corporation. There are minimum 9 members in Nagar Panchayat and maximum 15 members. In a municipal council, we have a minimum of 17 members and maximum 38 members. And in municipal corporation, the total number of members is proportionate to the population. More the population, more are the number of members in municipal corporation. The office bearers of Nagar Panchayat are the president and vice president. In municipal council also we have a president and vice president, whereas in municipal corporation we have a deputy mayor and a mayor, that is a mayor and a deputy mayor. The officials that are appointed by the government are, in a Nagar Panchayat we have an executive officer, in a municipal council we have a chief officer, and in a municipal corporation we have a commissioner. Thank you dear children for patiently watching the video. The notes of the lesson will be given in the next class. Thank you. God bless you all.